Well, hello guys, and welcome back to another Steven Universe review. And hey, if everything goes according to plan, I'll hopefully get this up before midnight. And for once, I'll actually get one of these reviews out on the same day the episode airs. It's been a while since that's happened, but I have been streaming lately, which, yes, I know I haven't done a video in a month, and I plan on fixing that eventually. But I have been streaming, so shameless plug. Go check it out, link in the description, all that jazz. But Steven Universe, Lars of the Stars, and Jungle Moon. I've said before on multiple occasions, never in a Steven Universe video, I think, but probably in a Star and definitely in a Rick and Morty, I said I was not looking forward to this. Or maybe it was definitely in a Star and not in a Rick, and potentially in a Rick and Morty. Whatever, the semantics aren't important. Lars of the Stars, we got a Comic-Con preview for. I think it was Comic-Con. And I did not like the preview. And I don't think the preview does a good job at representing what's the episode. Because yes, this episode is all the cool space pirate Lars of the Stars stuff, but it's so much more than that. And that's what I like about the episode, because I don't actually care about the space pirate bullshit. Because my worry was that I had two main problems. One, it was too much character development too fast, all to happen off camera. Like, look how much is going on. Look how much everything has changed, right? And it all happened off camera. Why not show it? And my other main worry was, at least based on the preview, that maybe he was liking his adventures in space. And maybe he didn't want to go back to Earth. But luckily, that's not what happened at all. And the episode's perfectly fine. So, let's actually get into it. It starts off, Steven and Connie are heading to go find Lars, right? And they go through Lion's Mane, and they're bringing him stuff, just seeing where he is, right? They expect him to be hauled up in a cave, but when they get there, he's stolen this dauntless light cruiser. It's called the Sun. What is it called? The Sun Incinerator, which is, it's actually not the best looking design ship ever, but it's the fastest, right? And Lars is this Imperial space captain, and the rest of the off-colors are his crew, and they're still really funny, especially Paprika, whatever her name was. She is still really funny, right? And then we got Emerald, which is a Imperial captain, Jim, who they stole her Dauntless light cruiser, and now she wants it back? And she's also really funny. Any of her interactions with Lars are great. They play off each other perfectly. But we have this whole discussion. They're running away from her, right, because they stole her ship. And Lars is like, oh, it's good to see you all again, right? Everyone's doing good. Everything's going better than expected. They're on their way to Earth. They give him a care package. And yeah, no, he's still ready to go to Earth. He's actually really happy for the care package. It's really sweet. It's really well done. And then he asks about Sadie, and he's like, oh, she's doing well, right? She's in a band now. And he sees the pictures of her and how everything's going well. And it's like, oh, shit. He thinks she's moved on without him. This is the character development I wanted, because unlike I was worried that they were going to have developed off screen, that Lars was now going to be an actual badass, right? Which, I mean, he is, but he's still Lars at the end of the day. And this scene does a great job at showing it, because without Sadie, he's kind of an emotional wreck. And the fact that she moved on without him there, he kind of breaks down at that. And I really like that. It's a really good, really well done scene, right? And I just think it works great. It's the exact development I'm wanting. It was what I thought the episode wasn't going to do. And the fact that they did it made it all the better. But there's these warning signals because Emerald's about to catch up to them, or Steven and Connie, I mean, to form Stevani, which I like an experience. That's always top notch. But my problem is, I thought they were going to build up, they were like, because, and instead of saying you love her, they say, because you're her best friend, or whatever. I'm paraphrasing. I'm going to do a lot of paraphrasing in this video. Just wait. And I wish they had said you loved her. It would have been a stronger line. I know it's all about love, but you know he loves her, right? Just do it. But Lars plays a gamble. He puts down their shields, right? He's playing mind game with Emerald. And when he puts down the shield, she attacks, but just takes out their guns and something else. Their shields. And then she takes down their engines. because she won't destroy the ship, right? He's like, oh, you do have a heart. You love this ship too much. It's your best friend, which is both really funny, and it kind of makes Emerald sympathetic. And yeah, she says she won't destroy the sun incinerator, but she will capture them. I think it's just a well-done scene, right? Emerald and Lars just play off of each other really well, and the show kind of points it out. But Stevonnie ends up getting in, I think it's either the Star Skimmer or the Star Skipper. Again, horrible memory. And they go out and they go fight Emerald's ships, right? Because it drives like it's a freaking automatic standard. God, I'm an idiot. They destroy the guns. And right as they're about to head back, the Emerald shoots them down with a rocket and they end up falling to the planet below. Or the moon below. Because immediately, well, it slams to commercial. And then it slams to the title card, which I want to say, they open up on this title card, and I wish what it had done is it had faded away, and then it zoomed down onto the planet. It would have been an obvious Star Wars homage, but I really feel like this lacked any Star Wars. I know it's obvious, but it looks cool. I mean, there's a reason Star Wars did it. But they end up crashing on this jungle planet, which... okay, I'm just going to say this right now. I'm going to keep calling it a jungle planet. I know it's a moon, but I'm an idiot. So I'll keep calling it planet. So just amend that in your head right now, because I'm going to keep doing it. But they land on this moon, and it's got wildlife, right? Which, you look up at this planet, and it just looks destroyed, and I'm like, it's a diamond colony. Immediately, you can figure that out, which is interesting, because you always assume that, oh, any life the diamonds would have come across, they would have destroyed, but because this wasn't the planet and just the moon, they didn't bother with it, which makes sense, honestly. So, Stevonnie they encounter aliens, which is another thing I've always wondered about in the show. The aliens aren't the best designed, I'm gonna be honest. There's a few of them, but whatever, it's for fun. And Stevonnie decides they'll survive, right? They're just gonna bunker down on this planet until Lars finds them, which they do for a little bit. But before they resort to eating the inhabitants, they end up finding a temple, which immediately you can tell is a diamond temple, right? Like the one on the moon, which does lead to this running thing that, yeah, diamonds, when conquering a planet, they establish a base of operations from the moon of that planet, which is pretty which, I mean, I guess it makes sense, but, eh. So they camp out, they make themselves a cot. Steven doesn't know it's a temple, or Stevonnie. Stevonnie is really interesting compared to Garnet, because you can tell, like, this is when Steven's talking, this is when Connie's talking, unlike Garnet, where they're a constant, which is, it shows how different of a fusion Garnet is. I mean, every once in a while you can tell the difference with Garnet, but those are more exceptions rather than the rule. But we go into this dream sequence where it's tiny little Stevonnie next to Miss Maheshwaran. I don't know if we actually know her first name. And she's talking about drop ships and taking over the planet and invasion. And on one hand, I feel like this may be foreshadowing, not like something about Connie's mom being evil is what I mean, like diamonds invading the planet. I expect that to happen sooner or later, but I'm talking about like Connie's mom, which I feel like there's some reference here I'm not getting, maybe to do with the voice actors. Again, I don't know much about the behind the scenes production of these shows, but it's interesting nevertheless. Stevonnie climbs the mom, and when he goes to talk, she has the diamond eyes, and the next thing we see, she is Yellow Diamond. It's Miss Maheshwaran, but wearing the diamond outfit, which I thought it was, she has the hair, but then it's also on her head, which, whatever. And immediately you can tell Stevonnie's acting off. Something's going on, and I was just like, this is Pink Diamond. She's seen in the mind of diamonds before. This is in the mind of Pink Diamond, which I just want to point out how they do this reveal, okay? Because it starts off, Yellow Diamond's invading this planet, right? This is one of her colonies, and Stevonnie keeps complaining, right? She's acting like a child. That, oh, I want to command the fleet ship. I want to make the call. Why don't I have an army? Why don't I have a colony? I want it now.
I'm just as important as you! Then why Why don't you act like it, Pink?
You have to grow up, right? You have to act like a diamond, which is a really good. And then we get the actual goddamn reveal of Pink Diamond. She walks up to the glass. We see the reflection. Her face is covered in shadows. And then she leans back, punches it, and then we can see the face in anger. She's a bratty child. They treat her like a child. Even though I think they're sisters. From everything else, it feels like they're all supposed to be sisters, but she's young. When we see the glass later on, it's broken at the same level. So, because I'd always assumed all the diamonds were like the same height, but Pink Diamond is considerably smaller. I mean, she still looks like the others, but she's a child in comparison. And that's really interesting. That actually explains a lot about her. Which, hey, theory, potentially. I know I kind of got off that train, God, almost a year ago, but maybe I'll take one last stab into it and finally do The Wrath of Pink Diamond. You know, the video I've been working on for like, God, almost a year now. I'm bad at this. When did the freaking zoo arc happen? Was that like a year ago? Because that's when I started working on it. Maybe, I don't know. There's a few things that keep me from making those videos, mostly, well, yeah. But Steven wakes up, realizes it's a diamond base, and goes up and is able to use the communicator to call Lars, who helps them fight off this penguin thing that was attacking them earlier, which, as it floats away, does it remind anyone else of Kirby? I know it doesn't look like Kirby, but like the sound effects they used reminded me of Kirby. And yeah, they're saved and they're gonna go home. And then as we lead out, we see the break in the glass one more time. It's really... These episodes were so much better than I expected. Like, I had no hopes for Lars of the Stars. And it was great. It defied what I was expecting, and it was even better. And then the reveal of Pink Diamond and all the foreshadowing in Jungle Moon worked really well as well. I'm honestly... I know I kind of abandon the fandom of this show all the time. And I always say I do when... I occasionally check in to look at the art every once in a while. I'm really curious to see some of the art of Pink Diamond. Because it is really good art. Because there are some great artists, and I'm really curious. Oh, they're going to have a field day with this if they haven't already. Well, for once I'm actually getting this on the day, so they may not unless they've done some quick stuff, which they probably have. But yeah, no, that's the bomb. I say... bomb. That's the event. The, what did they call it? Is it just the Lars of the Stars event? Or did it have a better name? I feel like it did, and I'm just forgetting. But yeah, no, it was good either way. It was better than I had no hope. And, because over the past few months, I should say, or month, ever since the last bomb, I've kind of been really negative on this show. But no, these episodes actually got me feeling a lot more positive about it. Those negative feelings are still there. I mean, Lapis and Jasper, man, fuck. But yeah, no, other than that, it's pretty good. And yeah, I don't know when the show's going to return, and I swear the next episode better be about Pink Diamond. You just built this up, your ending shot. Just finally tell us. You've done your reveal, now explain. Explain, goddammit. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Until next time, peace.